In dealing with debt, it's getting harder to pay off some credit cards. Macy's is one of the retailers that has hiked the interest rate above 30% if you don't pay off that bill every month. Macy's will charge you 35.4%. That adds up fast, making your purchase more costly. We have with us now Ted Rossman, the senior industry analyst at Bankrate.com. Ted, thanks for being on our show. Bring us up to date on store credit cards.
Store credit cards charge tremendously high interest rates. The average is around 30%, which is pretty extraordinary. We used to think of that as a rate reserved for a deep subprime audience. It's similar to the penalty APR for people that have paid 60 or more days late. But no, on a lot of store credit cards, that is the rate. Take it or leave it. I mean, you can avoid it by paying in full, of course, but when you carry a balance on a lot of these cards, it doesn't matter if you have great credit or lesser credit, you're going to be charged that same high rate. This is about 9 percentage points higher than we see on general purpose cards. So it kind of goes from bad to worse here.
Do you think this trend is gaining traction?
I do. There are a few things unique to the store card market here. One is that the CFPB's push to cap credit card late fees is hurting the store credit card market. These cards rely more on late fee revenue than other rivals. Like, for example, it's not a big part of American Express's business because they have more affluent customers who spend a lot and pay on time. The store card market, though, makes more money from late fees. So the CFPB's push to bring that late fee from an average of $32 down to just $8, that's leading many store card issuers to make defensive moves like raising interest rates and raising other fees. We've also seen the store card business in decline for several years now. In general, the credit card business is booming, not so much the store corner of that market. And that's largely because of buy now, pay later. That point of sale financing is really cutting into the store card market, especially online.
The Fed, as you know, is closer to cutting rates. What will that mean, Ted, for credit cards?
The Fed is getting closer to cutting rates, but it's not going to make a meaningful difference for credit cards because, let's say we get a 1/4 point cut in September and then we get another one in December. Well, that would probably amount to just a 0.5 point lower on these credit cards. So you go from 30%, let's say, to 29.5. It's not going to make a big difference. In something like the mortgage market, where right now the average 30-year fixed is about 7%, that makes more of a difference, as that falls through the sixes and then eventually maybe next year below 6%.
What's your recommendation to consumers?
Only apply for a store credit card if you're 100% sure that you can pay in full each and every month. Otherwise, it's not worth it. I mean, I know sometimes people need to finance purchases and they need to carry a balance for a bit, but a store card is not the best choice to do that. Maybe get a 0% balance transfer card or a card with a generous 0% introductory APR, something like the Wells Fargo Reflect or the Citi Simplicity. That would be a better choice. Or maybe the buy now, pay later market. Maybe you'd get a better deal with Affirm or Afterpay or Klarna. Credit cards are great if you can pay in full and avoid interest. That's the only time rewards are worth it. And because store cards have the highest interest rates of any type of credit card, you have to be especially wary. It's okay to say no, or I'm going to think about it if you're pressured to get one of these at the checkout counter. Sometimes people don't realize what they're getting into. A lot of these cards have very high interest rates. Many of them are over 30% these days.
Wise words. Thank you, Ted, for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.